Hi everyone, I'm Abby, partner at DDP, and I'm joined by founder Zaki Amir. Zaki, 2025 has been a massive year for the DDP property team and the investment property landscape. What are we looking forward to in 2026?
Thanks, Abby. And yes, it's been really an incredible year. For me, 2026 is about momentum. We've spent the past couple of years rebuilding, refining, and reimagining DDP. And now it's time to expand with purpose. I'm most excited about the growth opportunities we're seeing, both in our client results and within the business itself. We're entering a phase where more Australians than ever are turning to property as a long-term wealth strategy, and DDP 2.0 is positioned perfectly to guide them.
I know you've been talking a lot about investment and the confidence that's returning to the market. What does property investment landscape look like into 2026?
It's shaping up to be really strong, and we're focusing more on continued growth, but in much more sustainable and selective way. Interest rates expected to stabilize, and in fact, I feel they're going to be lowering even more, which means more confidence from investors who've been sitting on the sidelines thinking about investing. We're about to see regional markets still perform well, and those backed by infrastructure projects and migration-driven demand.
What's property investment look like in 2026?
2026, Abby, I believe is going to be a great year because interest rates for the last 12 months have kind of remained flat. And the market, buyers, sellers, are kind of like living in this uncertain phase, which is, are things going to get more cheaper or are things going to get more expensive? And I think there's been a lot of turmoil in overseas markets that's caused this, uncertainty. But I feel things are easing off, especially in international markets, that I reckon in 2026, the RBA finally are going to be beginning to continuously reduce interest rates and actually put in confidence in the market to get back in buy investment properties. So I feel 2025 has kind of been a struggle year for most families, which I empathize about, but 2026 is going to be great because rates are going to drop, business confidence is going to go up, consumer spending is going to go up, which means great ideas and great momentum for the property market.
Very good, Zaki. It's really good to acknowledge those things. And I suppose with all the uncertainty that's going on around us, what are some things that our clients can rely on in terms of working with DDP in uncertain times?
Yeah, I've noticed that in the last year and a half because there has been uncertain, like you said, Abby, in the last, say, 18 months, is that it's kind of like, am I making the right decision for myself? Is DDP providing the right advice? Is this the best property that I should be buying? Because there is this uncertainty and this panic, I feel buyers are delaying their decision on buying a property. And we have to go back to simple fundamentals that the Australian property market, from what I can see over the last 50 years, has continued to perform on 6 to 7% over the long-term period, like 7 to 10 years, which means if you do buy a property today and rates are stable at the moment, that you would see a doubling effect of your property in 7 to 10 years. So as much as there's uncertainty around the market, we've got to look at long-term fundamentals, which is what DDP is all about, is long-term investing, and buy a property that can be tenanted in a growing area. And my confidence is that you will see the wealth being made out of that property for yourself and your family.
So it's really good to acknowledge the uncertainty, but also how DDP is making clients feel more comfortable. Tell me a little bit. I know there's something really exciting that you're working on for DDP in the new year. Can you reveal a little bit of information about that? I've heard something DDP 2.0. What is that?
Thanks, Abby. I guess the cat's out of the bag. DDP 2.0 is about a refresh, a brand refresh, a market refresh, education refresh. And the reason behind that is DDP is still one of the oldest buyers agencies around for the investment market. We're going now 15 years. And it's time now we look at what's changed in the marketplace, from what buyers are wanting, from what sellers are selling, the changes in investment lending, the changes in laws, compliance, fair trading, different state requirements, etc. And DDP 2.0 is all about delivering on that, which is compliance, making sure their client's finance is okay, and delivering on that promise, which is education. We've got to go back to our founding principles that I got into the property market simply because of me wanting to learn about how do I build wealth through real estate. And we kind of get sidelined over the years that it is all about the product, which is true. But what is fundamentally so important is education and wealth education in how to create wealth using real estate. And DDP 2.0 is about that. I can't go much more into that unless, we're going to have to wait until 2026.